Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. This is John with Flippin' Ain't Easy, and as promised, we're going to do part two of, I don't know how many parts we're going to have until we can kind of figure out what's going on with my account. Now maybe this will unlock some ideas that you have for your account. Now, let's start with this. As of today, this is being recorded on June 25th. Last 31 days, 12,573.23. For the year, we are at 64,639. That's on the main account. My secondary account we're not covering in this series. So I guess the whole point, and if you watched, I'll have you watch right here, watch series one, kind of go into what the purpose of this whole exercise is. And it's really just kind of designed to see if there's anything that I've missed. You know, we're so focused on the basics, right? Now we get into the reports and all the data, and I think there's something there that could unlock some ideas. Now, of course, I'm not doing this alone. We're utilizing the powers and the knowledge that I don't have, which is AI, to help us figure out what's going on. So I'm doing a little bit of both. I'm doing a little eBay on one side, little AI on the other, and we're just trying to make it all work. Now, I ran this question by AI. I updated the charts and everything, gave it some background on my store, and I said, I have less than 300 items in my store. I have an average sale price of $75. Are you able to tell me from this data where I need to improve and what numbers might be average for the size of my eBay store? Now, look, I don't know what to expect. We're just going to go through this exercise blindly, and we'll see what AI has to say. It says, based on the provided traffic and sales data for your eBay store, less than 300 items, I'm sitting at 300 items right now as we speak. Average sale price of $75. Here's an analysis of where you might need to improve and some general benchmarks for a store of your size. So, click-through rate. Decline. I'm actually at a minus 13% over 30 days and 2.9% over 90. Your click-through rate is 0.3%, well below the typical 2 to 5%. I'm not even at a full percent for eBay stores. This suggests listings aren't attracting clicks after impressions. Optimize titles, images, and descriptions with relevant keywords and high-quality photos to boost your engagement. I'm already doing that. Impressions dropped by 14.1% over the last 30 days and 0.8% over, or an increase of 0.8% over the last 90. Despite a 90-day increase to 6.2 million impressions, the 30-day decline to 1.8 million indicates reduced visibility. Enhance listing quality and consider increasing promoted listings. Well, I'm already between 8 and 10%. So I ain't going any higher than 10.1. That's just where I'm at. Listing views decreased 24.3%. Decrease in listing views over the last 30 days, but a 3.1% increase over the last 90 days. So with 6,800 views 30 days and 22,000 views last 90, the drop suggests lower interest post-impression, improved product photos, and refined pricing. So the theme is the same. It keeps coming back to the basic things that we talk about, but there's no magical thing here. Now, here's one that I'm interested in. Low conversion rate, 2.2% over 30 days, 1.9% over 90 days. Though up 35.6% and down 2.3% respectively, your conversion rates are below the 3 to 5% average. Enhance descriptions with trust-building details and test competitive pricing to convert more sales views into sales. So, I have this very program optimizing my item descriptions. So, I don't know there, Grok. I don't know what I can tell you on that one, but I am very surprised that 3.5% is the average for a store of my size. Now, I didn't ask it to go into the type of merchandise, so this could be comparing to any store that's around 300 listings. Reliance on promoted listings. 1,063 actually 1063, actually 1.063 million of 1.8 million impressions come from promoted sources, yet offsite promotions, 2,800 impressions dropped 17.8. Diversify traffic sources or optimize ad rates. Example, 3 to 5% for ROI, for better ROI. Well, okay, so if you're saying optimize ad rates, 3 to 5% for better ROI, is it saying I should lower my ad rates? Because that would only improve my return on investment, or your ROAS, return on ad spend, but we're not quite there. General benchmarks for your store size. For under 300 items, 1.8 to 6.2 million impressions over 30 to 90 days is strong, although the decline suggests optimization is needed. Average small store sees 500K to 2 million monthly. So this is where I need to talk to Grok here, AI, to find out what the hell is it talking about. Because it just got through saying that, you know, I think it's maybe looking at the fact that my impressions are poor as compared to the previous 30 days. But I want to know, how am I doing overall? And he's saying that, he or she, whatever you want to say with Grok here, that your 1.8 million impressions over 30 days is strong, even though I'm losing impressions from the previous 30 days. Average small stores see 500K to 2 million monthly. So I'm on the high end then. I'm actually doing pretty good. Now listing views align with small stores' potential, 5K to 20K monthly, but the drop indicates room for growth. Quantity sold, 153 over the last 30 days and 433 over the last 90 reflect a 51 to 144% monthly turnover. Above average for around under 300 items typically is 30 to 50%. So if you have, 51 to 144% monthly turnover, it is fairly strong for my store. I'll tell you that. Click-through rate, 2.5% is typical. Your 0.3% is low, suggesting listing appeal needs work. Something wrong there. There's something wrong with that I don't quite understand or agree with. Conversion rate, 3.5% is standard. Your 1.9 to 2.2% is below average, indicating conversion optimization opportunities. Average sale price context, your 82.18 last 30 days versus $75 target suggests slight price increases. Small stores average 50 to 100, so you're competitive. And my revenue, 12,500 over the last 30 days, 7101 net is solid for your size. Average net 5K to 10K monthly. I don't know where this is getting all of his stats, but nonetheless, it wants me to do all the things. Optimize my listings. I do that already. Boost promoted listings. I ain't going over 10%. Test pricing. Offer slight discounts or best offers to lift conversion. And monitor trends. Track metrics over the next 30 days post optimization. And for precise category benchmarks, a web search could refine these estimates. Would you like me to search? No, I'm not going to have them search. But what I'd like to do here, if I can get this worked out, is let's jump over to I told you on last episode, we're going to download the listing quality report. It's right here. I'm downloading it. Let's take a look, shall we? Oops, here we go. There it is. That is the listing quality report. That's for me. That's my listing quality report. So what I can do, and I don't know if I can't upload. I was thinking I maybe could upload the file to AI, but no, I don't think that's going to work. But let's take a look at this together. See if we can Now, this is what eBay is saying about me. Here are the top categories that I sell in. I sell in more than just these, but these are the top categories. Toner cartridges, high SNAD rate, so that's significantly not as described. We're getting a number of people who are receiving these, and they're opening up iNads, and they're not sending them back. I had two where they opened up an iNad saying that this is not the correct toner, and then I reply and tell them please send it back, and then they don't send it back, and the returns close. So okay, on average, only 2% of listings with the most impressions on eBay and search in this category are significantly not as described. Vacuum cleaner parts. Make sure there's 7 photos in your listings. So here's eBay again wanting me to put more photos. On average, listings with the most impressions in eBay search in this category have 7 photos. So there's got to be a link between your photos and getting a little bit higher boost in search. Lawnmower parts. Add best offer to 5 of your listings. On average, 44% of listings with most sales in this category featured best offer. Now, my strategy right now is to add best offer in after the first month of listing an item. So before that item resets or renews for is using a listing again within eBay, recycling over within that 30-day period, I'm snagging it and I'm ending it. I'm selling similar. I'm making changes to the listing. I am doing all the things. I'm going from 8% to 10% on my promoted listings, and I'm also adding best offer. So I figure if I'm launching something right away, I don't necessarily need to have best offer on there, and only after it's 30 days old will I start adding the different things, because I already have a markdown sale and coupon for these items. So the next one is other interior parts. So I'm selling a lot of like these third party aftermarket car stereos that I'm picking up. Make sure there are 10 photos in your. They want 10 on those. 10 on car listings. On average, the listings with most impressions in eBay search in this category have 10 photos. So I thought I was doing fine by like the 6 to 8. It wants more than that. So it's saying 2 listings can be improved. I got to do more photos. How about bathroom sink faucets? It wants at least 11 item specifics. On average, listings with the most impressions in eBay search in this category have 11 recommended item specifics filled out. So that's where I think I need to if I'm not going to do it, I'm just not going to have time between the listing and all the stuff that I do. But I can have Jenna do this where I show her how to utilize AI, take a screenshot of the item specifics on an item. That's all the blank ones, right? And to say, for this item, here's the title. Give me the item specifics that I need for it. And it'll go on, do all the search, and find the item specifics. And then she'll just copy and paste it into the appropriate field and then in the listing. I'm going to have her work on that to help satisfy the algorithm. Here's another category, dehumidifiers. Make sure there are at least 8 photos in your listings, and high SNAD rates. So same thing on that, except people are returning them. What's happening is the dehumidifiers, they have like an internal motor and it's moving. So I don't know if you guys have ever messed with a dehumidifier, but they have like the compressor inside. It does move a little bit, and when they are handled really rough, I don't care how much padding you put between the dehumidifier and the box, the internal is moving and it can throw some things off, and it's like, okay, well, I guess we're gonna have to do a return on that. So it says I can improve 5 listings. I don't have a whole lot of those right now anyway. Lawnmower parts says make sure there are at least 6 photos. On average, 6 photos in that category. I've been telling you guys 6 photos is kind of the sweet spot for most categories. Outlet adapters and converters. Add seller funds returns to 4% of your listings. So it's basically wanting me to do free returns. It says on average 57% of listings with the most sales in this category offer returns paid for by the seller. So it wants me to do free returns on those. How about AC compressors and clutches? These are for automobiles. It wants more NPN, that's manufacturer part names, to 2 of my listings. So it says that 80% of the listings that are in the top of this category have NPNs filled out. Yeah, I could do that. That's not a problem. Getting a lot of like the time clocks. Again, what's weird about it is the the returns that I'm getting on these time clocks are not INADs. Really haven't gotten any INADs on these. These are changed minds. So only 3% of listings within the most impressions on eBay search in this category are significantly not as described. Outlet adapter converters add seller funds returns. Again, free returns for this is more of the outlet converter, electrical converter boxes that I pick up. Shower faucets and thermostats. Make sure they're 8 photos and add a UPC. So I guess they want more UPC data. Bathroom sink faucets, search impressions. Make sure there are at least 10 photos in your listings. Fill in at least 11 recommended item specifics. So it wants all of it. I mean, I'm looking at sales conversion, item specifics, add seller fund returns, and UPCs. So it's kind of wanting all of it there. So I've got to look into that. And then 3 other categories where it's like, I don't have anything to tell you. So that's kind of what the listing quality report looks like, and kind of gives you a guide on this whole thing. Google Shopping rejection. So anytime that your listings are rejected in Google Shopping, it'll be there. Toner cartridges, and it's kind of telling me like my impressions in eBay search, 142 by day. I'm ranked 76th, or actually I'm ranked 594th. I'm up 76 spots. My click-through rate is at 0.59%. I am at 2758 is my rank versus other sellers. And my conversion is 7.5%, and I'm at 1500. So what's happening is I'm not getting a very good click-through, even though it seems like my impressions are pretty solid, but I'm doing fairly well with the conversion side of things. And what's cool about this report, I'm not sure if you could see it or not, more benchmarks. So impressions in eBay search, it says my store value trends, the top 10% of items shown in eBay search per seller, and bottom 10% of items shown in eBay search per seller. So it'll show you between me, the top 10%, and the bottom 10% of my category, sort of where I stand, and we don't want to be close to the bottom. So it's saying for value trends, I don't offer free returns. I don't know why it's giving me that, or free shipping. So that's weird, even though it's saying 74% of the top 10% give free returns on toner cartridges. It says I have 7.1 photos on average, even though the top 10% is at 4.4. 14-day returns, I don't do that. 30-day returns is where I'm at. See if there's anything else. Promoted listings, 81% of my items are promoted at a 9% rate, which tells me that I'm promoting a little high. So I could probably go down to 8 and still be fine. So this is kind of help you kind of tune where you should be with your promoted listings. So if you run this report, and again, if you don't have this report, I'm sorry. I'm going to go to eBay Open here in August, and I will find out why all sellers do not have this, but it's a valuable tool to see where you're at. And, you know, the top 10% is at 7% on average. Some might be more, some might be less. But I'm thinking that if I bring that down to 8, I'll still be okay with the number of impressions. Sale event, 94% are best off, are markdown sale. Only 38% are best offer because I only introduced best offer after 30 days. Not a whole lot more. Actual shipping, actual handling time, actual shipping time. So, yeah, very, very interesting. So we can go on and on for all these categories. I mean, we can do it for click-through rate. We can also do it through sell conversion rate. The folks that have a high sell conversion rate have, let's see if there's anything, good best offers. So 37% in the top 10. Oddly enough, 43% in the bottom 10 have best offers set. So what does that say? Not a whole lot, though, when it comes to that. But it's still interesting information that you can kind of go through. You can go through your individual listings. You can click on them. You can upload them, or actually go in to edit them. So like this listing, I don't know what it is, but yes, go ahead and do it. Let's see what it takes me to. You're not allowed to revise ended listing. So apparently that's an ended listing. Oops, and there goes my quality report. So you guys get the gist of it. I kind of think what it's told me so far, and we're 20 minutes in, and we're going to keep hammering down. But the theme that I keep getting with AI and with eBay, so I got AI telling me, here's what you should do. We've got eBay telling me through their listing quality report, here's what you should do. And it's telling me that with the eBay side of things, it's telling me for the most part I need to do more photos, right? I need to do more, maybe some more item specifics, get those filled out, get more just other details that I really never thought as being all that important, but eBay seems to think is somewhat important. And then on the other side of the coin, I've got Grok telling me that, you know, I need to optimize my listings using titles and boost my promoted listings, which I already have high promoted listings. Test pricing, offer slight discounts or best offers to lift conversion, and then monitor trends, track metrics over the next 30 days post optimization. So I guess what I can do is add more photos, get more item specifics filled out, and maybe introduce best offer a little earlier in my equation instead of waiting 30 days. Maybe do it after a week. I don't know. So that's part 2 for now. You know, we'll try to dive in and maybe take a look at the actual sales data. We're looking at traffic data, having AI try to give me some more information on that. Maybe we'll jump into sales data. But I just want to know, is this at all helpful to you? Is this really telling you a whole lot of nothing? I'd like to know that as well. I don't want to put out content that really doesn't seem to help anyone, but I just want you guys to see what the common themes are, not just coming from me, but coming from eBay, which we should pay attention to because they're the ones that host our items. They're the ones that build the algorithm. I think that they would know more about what they want than what we would. So they're telling us, they keep telling us, photos, item specifics, best offer, you know, and more things like your MPNs and things like that. So yeah, want to know what you guys think. But figuring out all this data can be a headache, but yet it's another example of how flipping ain't easy. Want you guys to have an excellent rest of your day, and we will talk to you here very soon. Take care.
Chargeback returns and lowball offers too. Zero takedowns, they're a pain. What can we do? High selling fees, bad buys, and rude buyers galore. Flipping ain't easy, but we keep coming back for more. All resellers are gonna make mistakes. Learn from them and you'll have what it takes. In the world of reselling, we're your guide. With flipping ain't easy, by your side. Sourcing great items is the key to success. Subscribe to the channel and stand above the rest. Focus on the things that are within your control. Hang with Flip It Ain't Easy. Let's roll. Catch the live streams on Mondays and Fridays. Join the Discord community for the parlays. Tune into the podcast, Profit Playbook's the name. With Scott and Josh, flipping's more than a game. All resellers are gonna make mistakes. Learn from them and you'll have what it takes. In the world that we're selling, we're your guide. With flipping ain't easy, by your side. Catch the live streams on Mondays and Fridays. Join the Discord community for the parlays. Tune into the podcast. Profit playbook's the name. With Scott and Josh, flipping's more than a game. All resellers are gonna make